when we're going through everything, we got a lot of great accomplishments. We need to make sure that we're giving these people who are talking up here your attention, and also the people who are getting recognized your attention also. Sixth grade is kind of a long thing for you guys, because there's not a lot of work for you guys yet, but this is something you can look forward to the next couple of years, okay? So again, we ask that you guys are being respectful, which you do a good job of, and just give everyone the recognition and listen to what the people up here, the coaches and sponsors are talking about. All right, so we're going to go ahead and get it kicked off with Mr. Ford. Is going to start with volleyball, and then we'll just follow on through. Who's ever next, come on up, and we'll just keep this moving. Give Mr. Ford a big round of applause.
While they're coming up, I'll give you a quick preview of our season. I'm just kicking off with probably going to be a lot of great accomplishments and a lot of great things to point out that these girls have done this year, because we've got a really good group of female athletes in our middle school right now. They were undefeated league champs in volleyball. They were the undefeated league tournament champs in volleyball. Our B team went undefeated. And the thing I would say is we had a lot of B team girls that a lot of years probably would have played a lot on our A team, but we just have so many good girls, it's just hard to move girls up. And I hope that, I do want to say something to our B team girls, I hope you don't get discouraged. Maybe you didn't get to play as much A team as you wanted, but stay with it, because things can change when you come to high school, and that's what middle school volleyball is really about, and all middle school athletics is all about, is developing you and trying to get you to improve, introducing you to the sport, and making you better when you get into high school. And that's the thing I enjoy most about volleyball, is with the other sports, you take softball, for example, you take basketball, for example, you start playing those sports when you're sometimes kindergarten, first, second grade. But with volleyball, it's different. Really, a lot of times, the first time girls get introduced to the sport of volleyball is in the 7th grade, and they come in and they're like as green as can be. And that's the satisfying and fun part about coaching volleyball for me. So, like I said, our middle school girls are loaded with female athletes. I know they went undefeated in about everything they did this year, and this is just the kickoff of what's going to be announced. Seems like volleyball was an eternity ago. It was put back at the beginning of the year. I'm happy to recognize each one of them individually, so I'm going to call them up. We are in numerical order, by the way, so that'll give you an idea when you're going to be coming up. So we have Riley Venters. Come all the way over here. You start heading this way if you know your number. Sawyer Cernan. Jason Tyson. Avery Rooks. Jordan Lickty. Not here. Kendall Boss. Hannah Lambert. Hayden Lieber. Haley Peake. Belle Secondhagen. Jayla Jenkins. Tabor Gantenbaum. Amelia Stark. Grayson Heppenstall. Riley Vandervoort. Tristan Van Cleet. Izzy Light. Kaylee Erickson. Tinley Gardner. Olivia Everhart. Kaylee Teal. Jocelyn Bowman. Carrie Warren. Jillian Fainter. And we had two super managers this year that did a really good job for us. Brooklyn Harris and Aubrey Shim. And again, I want to say how great of a season it was. It was fun. The girls were fun to work with. I think they enjoy volleyball. That's a lot of what I'm trying to accomplish as their middle school coach. The shirt girls, this is the first, last, and only time I will wear the shirt. But it will go in the bottom of one of my drawers in my office. And anytime I pull it up, I will remember this group of girls that played volleyball for me that went undefeated. It was a special season, and thank you.
Changing seats, I'll go ahead and ask the cross-country team to come on up. Okay, while they're making their way up, I'll go ahead and start as well. First thing, obviously, I'd like to congratulate all the other sports on their seasons. It's always fun. I know I've got kids in middle school, and so getting to watch everything and how exciting it is and how well everyone's been doing has been great. So, obviously, it's also exciting as a high school coach because obviously all these athletes start to come to us in high school. So, I want to thank Mr. Riemann for all the work that he does as the junior high athletic director and principal. He's got a tough job to do, and I appreciate all his help during the season. I have an assistant. It's not Mrs. Spicer. Coach Faulkner is at work, and so he can't be here, but he does a lot for me, and I really appreciate Coach Faulkner. Thanking the parents for all the things that they do, coming to the meetings, showing up, cheering the kids on, and helping us with the fundraiser this year. I think we got breakthrough in Kansas City. That was awesome. Kids were able to do like little breakout rooms, minute to win type things. It was pretty fun. We ran on a couple shaped ice runs. We got our team T-shirts, and we got to do a lot of cool things. So most importantly, though, I'd like to thank these athletes that are standing behind me for all the hard work and effort that they put into making this an incredible season. And I really appreciate all the efforts they put in and all the miles they run and they smile through it for the most part. So I'll start with the boys. This year we did have 4 boys. They've had a great season. Unfortunately, when you go to some of the meets, it takes 5 people to make a team, and so we're not able to score as a team. We were able to score once as a team. The league rule is you have to have 4. We got our 4, and they were all there that day, and we were able to finish a 5th at league. Individual boys. So we'll start with Grady Bellinger. Grady had 4 top 15 finishes, 2 top 10 finishes, and he had a team leading time of 13:46 and finished 11th at the league meet. Tyler Rohan. Ty had 5 top 15 finishes, 1 top 5 finish, and Ty finished his season 12th at league. Jackson Lawyer. Jackson had 2 top 15 finishes, 1 top 5 finish, and Jackson finished 14th at league this year. And then Jason Funk. Jason was a great addition this year to the team. Really enjoyed having the Funkster there. And he had one top 20 finish, and he finished the season at 26th in league. And now for the girls, and I think, like Coach Fort said, we're probably going to hear this a lot. The girls had an absolutely great season. I don't think you could script it any better. We had 7 meets, and the girls won them all. Now, on that same note, winning a cross-country meet is a little different than most sports. In most sports, you play one team, you beat them, you move on. In cross-country, you don't beat one team, you have to beat them all. If you show up at a meet and there's 5 other schools, you have to beat all 5 schools at the same time. So it's a big deal for these guys. They had 7 meets, they went 7-0, and won every single meet. If I did it like other sports, they would have went like 20-0 on the season. So those are all the teams that they beat when they were there. They had a perfect score at the league meet, which is very hard to do. You get points for every runner that comes in. If you're the first runner, you get 1 point, and they went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You only score 5 there as your top 5, and they had a perfect score, and that obviously led them to be 2024 Flint Hills League champions. Give them a round of applause. In no specific order, just what I have on my sheet. Here are your girls individually. Katie Bossy. Katie finished second twice, third twice, fourth twice, and finished the league meet in 4th place. Next up is Brinley Harmon. Brinley finished every meet in the top 15. All but 2 meets, she was in the top 10. And in 2 other meets, she was in the top 5. She finished 7th at league. Elizabeth Fagin. Elizabeth finished top 5 in every single meet this season. She finished first twice, second once, third twice, and fourth once. She had a team best time of 13:28, and she finished her season as the Flint Hills League champion. Elena Worden. Elena finished 6th or better in every meet this season. She had a 3rd, a 4th, 3 5ths, and 2 6th place finishes, and finished 3rd at the league meet. Eliana Lowry. Eliana finished every race in the top 15 this year with 2 second place finishes. Now, obviously, you guys can probably do the math there. If she finished 2nd place, it's because her teammate was normally finishing 1st. So, as well as even when I said Laney got 3rd or Katie got 4th, they weren't getting beat by someone else other than a teammate. So that's how good these girls were. So Eliana finished with 2 second place finishes, a 3rd, 2 5ths, and a 6th place finish. And she finished the season as your Flint Hills League runner-up. Give her a round of applause. Next up is Jenny Bergeron. Jenny, unfortunately, had to end her season early due to a trampoline incident. But in the 3 meets that she ran, she finished 6th, 11th, and 12th. I am hoping that obviously Jenny comes back next season for a full season. I expect some really great things from her. Abigail Lowry. Abigail finished every meet this season inside the top 20, and she also had 1 top 10 finish, and she finished 17th at the league meet. Harmony Linden. Harmony had a great season with 4 races inside the top 20, 2 in the top 15, and 1 in the top 10. And she finished 14th at the league meet. Lena Stuckey. Lena had an amazing season this year, showing a lot of improvement from last year. She had 3 top 25 finishes, 2 top 20 finishes, and a top 15 finish. And she finished 19th at league. Reese Wilcoxon. Reese had a great season as well, with 3 top 25 finishes, 2 top 20 finishes, and 1 top 15 finish. Reese finished her season in 18th in the league meet. Cecilia Bernard. It was great having CC out this season. She competed in 4 meets this season with 2 top 30 finishes, and she finished 23rd at the league meet. Give the girls team a round of applause. As I said, most coaches do. I look ahead, but the athletes are moving their way up the ranks of the high school, seeing what we can accomplish this year in middle school. Makes it very exciting for what the future holds. I want to thank all these athletes one more time for all their hard work and dedication that they showed this year. This truly was an amazing season. Looking forward to seeing what next season brings. For all of you that are out here, if you're out for activities, I applaud you. You work hard inside the classroom as well as outside the classroom. For those of you who are either our sixth graders here today, yeah, for those of you who have not had the opportunity, or for those of you who haven't taken the opportunity, I would say participate in activities. If you're not, I would encourage you to take a chance on something. Maybe you like it, maybe you don't. With that, I have two quotes that I actually just come across. Two things. One from Shane Parrish: failure hurts, but passes quickly. Regret hurts forever. And the last one off of that is from Lee Rice that says the biggest regret of your life won't be what you did, it'll be what you didn't do. Give yourself a chance. Whether you think you can or you can't, you're right. Just give yourself a chance. Get out there, pick something. Volleyball, basketball, I don't care what it is, but give yourself a chance. Okay, you might just make yourself. Cross country kids, thank you for another great season. And I'm not sure who's up. Thank you guys.
Okay, can I have the football boys come up on stage? Want to start by thanking, you'll hear this a lot of thank you, but by thanking all of you for being here today to celebrate these incredible accomplishments by all Osage City Middle School athletes. This has truly been a special year, and it wouldn't have been possible without the support and dedication of many people. First, a huge thank you to our school administration. Mr. Riemann, thank you for your leadership, for always standing behind our athletic programs. Mrs. Hutton, thank you for keeping everything organized, from rosters to announcements and more. You are a key part of making things run smoothly. Mr. Alan Carlson and the maintenance crew, thank you for your tireless work, maintaining our football field and making sure our transportation is taken care of. Your behind-the-scene efforts don't go unnoticed and are truly appreciated. To my wife and kids, thank you for your constant support and patience when Dad is away at practice or under the Thursday night lights. Your love at home makes what I do here possible. To the parents, thank you for entrusting us with your kids and for supporting them in the program every step of the way. From rides to encouragement to being there in the stands, your presence matters. A special thank you to Darcy T. for taking the lead in organizing our game day meals and coordinating with other parents. You help keep our boys fueled and focused. Thank you. A sincere thanks also goes out to the Osage City High School coaching staff, Coach Ganvine, Coach Book, Coach Patterson, Coach Smith, and Coach Tice. Their dedication to building this program from third grade on up is making a lasting impact. And your mentorship and collaboration help lay the foundation of success at every level. To my assistant coaches, Coach Baxter and Coach Petrie, I couldn't ask for better men to work alongside. Your effort in planning practices, game strategies, and helping guide our team development has been a critical part of our success. And what a season it was. We went undefeated, 7-0, and came out as Flint Hills league champions. But that record doesn't come easy. It was built on early mornings in the weight room, tough summer workouts, Indian Pride Week, camps, and long, demanding practices. It was forged through time, dedication, grit, and a commitment to something bigger than ourselves. There's a quote I love by Phil Jackson that says, "The strength of the team is each individual member. The strength of each member is the team." That's exactly what this group of young men showed every single week. We learned, we grew, we competed, and we stuck together. Another favorite quote of mine, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. And make no mistake, this team worked hard. Now, it's time to recognize each of these players individually for their commitment, effort, and contributions to this unforgettable season. As I call each name, I ask you guys to give 2 strong claps for each player. Let's show them the appreciation they've earned. All right, so players that declare their names in the graph, you'll get a certificate and a medal. So, number 1, Chase Silver. Number 3, Carter Gibbons. Number 4, Will Brown. Number 5, Jacob Duvall. Number 6, Paul Beauclair. Number 7, Devin Teal. Number 8, Ryder Shopke. Number 9, Noah Wood. Number 11, Layden Buckman. Number 21, Landon Vasquez. Number 22, Lane Martin. Number 50, Camden Melton. Number 52, Keaton Kraus. Number 55, Paul Boyd. Number 58, Brady Tinker. Number 60, Lincoln Sims. Number 63, Garrett Dorsey. Number 71, Casey Keith. Number 72, Colin Carlson. Number 74, Acer Seacrest. Number 75, Reed Crutchlow. Number 78, Maddox Danes. Number 83, Braxton Kuzer. Our managers this year, managers for each team, they have an important role getting out equipment, working hard, making sure that we have water, we have the support we need so it makes coaching much easier. Our managers this year were Chance Johnson and Riley Williams. Brayson Smith came at the end of our season, but I've got a certificate for you guys. This completes the recognition of the undefeated 2024 Osage City Middle School football team. Let's give them a big round of applause for this success. Okay. All right. Go on to the next coach. It's time to transition to this year's boys basketball season. Boys basketball team, go ahead and get up there. I know some of you just went down, but I think you needed the exercise. Again, as I mentioned before, thank you for joining us as we recognize these guys in their 2024-2025 season. This season was one of great growth and great teamwork from our first practice to the final buzzer at the Flint Hills Championship game. Before we dive into the highlights again, I want to take a moment to express our deepest appreciation to those people who made this season run smoothly. And I am echoing many similar aspects mentioned during the football recognition. To our supportive parents, thank you for showing up with support and encouragement to every game. To our administrators and maintenance staff, thank you for ensuring we had what we needed, from clean gyms to well-run facilities. To our assistant coach, Phil Barron, he was returning to coach, again, returning to the court, bringing many years of experience and love of the game, and he was definitely a great asset to the team. The bus drivers who made arriving on game days possible, team managers who helped out players in the games and in practice, and most importantly to our players. You put in the work, you brought the energy, and you represented Osage City with pride. Now, let's talk about what made this season special. Our C team, they wrapped up the year with a 9-2 record, showing talent, hustle, and a glimpse of a very bright future. The JV or the B team delivered a strong 10-3 finish, capping it off by winning the Flint Hills JV Tournament Championship. Their growth and unity definitely stood out. And our varsity team, they battled their way to a 10-4 season and earned a hard-fought second place in the Flint Hills League Championship. That level of achievement speaks volumes about the determination and chemistry. Through the last 12 games, varsity scored a total of 504 points, had 315 rebounds, 162 steals, and shot about 50% for the season from the free throw line. We struggled with turnovers with 170. However, we dominated as a team and accomplished our revenge tour by beating any team we lost to early in the season: Mission Valley, Linden, and Care Faribault. Closing the season with a tough loss in the championship game against Linden for the third time. Though stats matter, the true measure of success lies in the character we build as a team. As legendary coach John Wood once said, sports do not build character, they reveal it. And this season, each of you revealed something special: resilience, leadership, and the ability to lift each other up. It saddens me to be putting up the whistle for the next few years. However, I look forward to seeing what the future holds for these talented young men. Now it's time to recognize these athletes who gave their all. As I call each name, again, give 2 strong claps, and then be ready to celebrate the players' contribution to the incredible season. Here we go. Number 0 is Lane Martin. Number 1, Chase Silver. Number 2, Carter Gibbons. Number 3, Jackson Boyer. Number 4, Noah Wood. Number 5, Jacob Duvall. Number 10, Braxton Fuser. Number 11, Jason Funk. Number 12, Ty Roman. Number 13, Emery Ryan. Number 14, Briar Shopke. Number 15, Leighton Buckman. Number 20, Jason Keith. Number 21, Will Brown. Number 22, Lincoln Smith. Number 23, Brady Ballinger. Number 25, Camden Melton. Number 30, Reed Crutchlow. Number 31, Gage Walker. And number 33, Devin Teal. Our managers for this season were Maddox Dane, Chance Johnson, and Grayson Smith. Give them all a big round of applause. Grayson. Thank you. Time to recognize youth boys football and basketball, and now it's time to turn it over to the girls coach, Coach Fox.
All right, girls basketball. Just a few things about this group. In basketball, we have three teams. Okay, we mix them up. Grade doesn't matter. We put on an A, a B, and a C, and oftentimes they play on multiple teams in the same night. They can play for 6 quarters in one night. The 8th graders, regardless of what group they played on, the A team this year was 14-0, and if they played on the A team last year, that means they were 29-0 in their 2 years. The B team,
went undefeated this year, including winning the tournament, and that puts the B team at 25-1 the last 2 years, and then the C team has 1 loss this year, but that puts them at 25-1 the last 2 years. So that puts this 8th grade group at 79-2 in the 81 games that they played. So right along with all those other sports, this group has had an awesome couple of years. One of the things, and I'll probably reiterate this when I'm talking about them in track, and the cool thing is at the end of the year, I talk to all the 8th graders and I put a spreadsheet together for all the high school coaches on the activities that they're interested in, so that the coaches kind of know who to reach out to and who to make sure is at their meetings. And the really cool part about this 8th grade group is that they're going to be very involved in high school, and they're going to go help all of our programs. I mean, these girls' names are listed on every high school program we have and every activity we have. So I think that's super important as they head into high school, like Mr. Bellinger said, that they stay active and continue to stay a part of our program. So those high school coaches are going to be super appreciative of this group as we are also. Okay. So again, this year, the A team did go undefeated, ended up being 14-0. We had some weather issues with a couple games that affected getting a full season in. Won all 3 games in the A tournament. The B team won the B tournament, and then Coach Cerner coached her group to a 13-0 C team record, correct?
We just had 1 loss, and that was by 1 point, and 18 players were playing that game, so, but I'm not bitter.
Okay. I won't mention that she's probably talking about this, yeah? Okay, we won't. Okay, so let's go through our 7th graders first. You girls just come up and grab your certificate. Okay, Kendall Boss is number 12. Kaylee Erickson. Clap right after I give the number. Cindy Gardner, 34. Elena Waterman was 43. Riley Venters was 11. Elizabeth Fahey was 14. Elizabeth, are you going to speak? No? Okay. Hannah Landers was 42. Gracie Espenthal was 52. Kristen Van Cleve was 22. And then the 7th grade manager, kind of part of the time, was Avery Rooks. 2 claps. And then we had Belle Sagan that filmed for us, and honestly, this is one of those deals that for a coach can kind of be a pain. Good film is important, and I don't know how it came up, I can't even remember, but Belle ended up filming for us, and honestly, she did an awesome job. I hope you have intention of getting into our high school video classes, as they do some of the productions at the games and stuff, because she did an awesome job. I didn't have to worry about any of that, and the film was always well done. And again, when we go back to watch film, having that is super important. She did an awesome job. 2 claps for Belle. All right, the 8th grade group. Gayla Jenkins was 23. Sawyer Cerno was number 1. Sawyer can make a right hand layup too. Hayden Lieber, 33. Tabor Gampine was 24. Haley Peak was 13. Mackenzie Haig was number 4. Caden Bossy was 25. Alyssa Wagner was 10. Amelia Stark was 15. Brinley Harmon was number 3. Casey Tyson was 2. Kaylee Field, 31. Harmony Linton was 20. Olivia Everhart was 32. that emailed me before the season, he said he just wanted to be a manager, and then he had a pretty good season. Yeah? Aubrey Shem was 41. Two claps for Aubrey, come on. Try again. Izzy Lyda, 45. Riley Vanderboard, 5. Is Jordan back? Just make sure everybody knows Jordan's getting her hair done right now. Jordan was my 8th grade manager and did cheer also, and she did a good job with that. Last thing as I wrap this up, and I think I said the same exact thing last year. I don't know if you guys know who the high school women's basketball coach is, but if anybody knows her, let her know that the expectations are through the roof, because honestly, she's getting some studs. And we continue to say that, same with our 8th grade boys too. And I think this group knows this, and they've heard me say it a lot. It does go back to the time and effort and energy that they put in, and that their parents have put in, and their youth coaches, and just everybody that's poured into their lives. And I think that Osage, that family is pretty awesome. So as we look forward to next year, again, when you see Coach Boss, let her know that the expectations and the pressure is there. Thanks, girls. Okay, cheerleading is next.
I'm very proud. I'm incredibly proud of all the amazing young women I had the honor of coaching. They showed up with heart, enthusiasm, and dedication, balancing school, other activities, and still bringing energy to every practice and every game. We cheered through football and basketball season, always supporting our teams and each other. But what truly made this group special was their leadership and the example they set across our school, not just as cheerleaders, but as students and role models. To my cheerleaders, I hope you have fun, made lasting memories, and felt how important you were to our school spirit. You've inspired me and everyone around you, and I have no doubt you'll continue to do amazing things. Thank you to the families and school staff for your support, and to my team, thank you for an unforgettable season. very proud of these girls, and I really hope that they will continue doing cheer and other activities, other sports. They're a pretty great group of girls.
All right, boys track, if I can get you guys up here. Real quick, as they're coming up, I kind of want to say the same thing as all the coaches said. You know, we are lucky here, we are successful. You know, every year I do this is like my 25th baby award, simply I've been to it every year. I'm like, that next year we're not going to have this many accolades and this much success. And then it seems like we top it every year. And that's across the board, boys and girls both. But, you know, a lot of this starts for a lot of these guys and girls back in June. You know, a lot of them showed up last summer, and you're seeing the results of it and hearing about it all day. But anyway, I have boys track. I'd like to thank Mr. Reeman. Obviously, he does a lot behind the scenes, a lot of people don't see. My assistant coaches, Coach Petrie out there, Coach Hurdles and high jump, Coach Harmon. I don't see her in here, but she did, oh, there she is. She was a distance, and then she helped me with long and triple this year, which is kind of nice to have somebody over there to, you know, be able to watch both. Coach Boss, Coach Kate Boss, she's a throwers coach. Her and Coach Lucas Boss did our they kind of tag team the throws a little bit, kind of work through that. I'd also like to thank the athletes. I'd like to thank the girl athletes too. We have kind of a cruel situation with how we do track. We just kind of combine it, and we all kind of coach positions that, you know, like everybody coaches the boys and everybody coaches the girls. I enjoy coaching them as well. They're a fun group. Anyway, 7th grade boys, if you want to come up here, 7th grade. All right, the 7th grade boys group this year, we had 13 7th grade boys out for track. And we always kind of, you know, with track, we build towards the league meet. I mean, we tell them that, we're like, you know, the first 6 meets are just kind of, you know, we want to compete, we want to do well, but we just kind of see where we're at. And the last meet, we really go to try to win and see where kind of we fit in. And this group ended up 3rd in league this year, which was pretty solid. You know, expecting big things next year from this group. You know, we're going to need to get a distance runner or two. I told them that, and get out and get recruiting. And help me convert somebody over that wants to go out and run a 2 mile. But it was a good season for this group. Coach Boss has the school records he's going to announce later. We did have some school records that got set this year as well out of this group, so you're going to hear about that. But overall, this was a really good, fun group to coach. And again, 3rd in the league is a pretty good accomplishment for this group. So this is your 7th grade boys team. Michael Stark. Oh, real quick, guys, don't throw these things away because I have paper clipped on the back. Everything you did, every event, every point you scored, every time, every distance, every throw from the whole season, you're going to want to keep that stuff. So, Braxton Kooser. Devin Teal. Reed Crutchlow. Briar Shopkey. Jason Key. Colin Carlson. Acer Secret. Keaton Krause. Leighton Buckman. Lane Martin. Paul Butler. So again, congratulations on a good year, 7th grade boys. I expect a big jump next year. Like I said, we're hiring distance runners right now and looking for those. If you know anybody, we would sure take them. So, all right, give the 7th grade boys a round of applause. with weights and coming in and putting in the extra work and developing. As far as the group that developed within, from last year up until now, you know, I don't know track-wise that I had a group that developed and came along quite like this group. Last year, I think we finished 4th in the league as 7th graders. You know, coming into this year, I thought we could be top 2 or 3 again, you know, somewhere maybe in that neighborhood. Maybe even going into the league meet last week, I thought we could probably be in the top 2, maybe 3rd, something like that. A lot would have to go our way to win it. I thought we could. I felt like we had a shot, but you know, we had our long distance runner. You know, Noah Wood was our only 800, 1632. Carter did jump in at the end, but as far as your long distance runner, it is hard to win meets without that couple distance, at least 2 or 3. So I didn't know. A lot of things had to go right, and a lot of those things did. And you know, the reason is because a lot of these boys really stepped up this league meet and made it go right. We had a couple races where we came from way back, way behind, got a couple extra points here and there. A couple people stepped up in field events that maybe usually don't place, but you know, came down the league and they know that, you know, that's what we build for all season. But anyway, at the end of the day, these 8th grade boys are your Flint Hills League track champions this year, so give them a round of applause. First off, we got a couple of, at least one school record out of this group as well, new school record. But, you know, I could go on and on about, you know, 7th grade tracksters too, about each kid and some of the things out here that they did. And, I mean, it was a pretty amazing season, boys and girls both. But anyway, this is the 8th grade boys team. So, Chase Silver, Grady Bellinger, Tyler Romine, Jacob Duvall, Carter Gibbons, Noah Wood, Chance Johnson, Jackson Boyer, Will Brown, Emery Ryan, Gage Walker, Grady Fincher, and Austin Houston. So again, it was a pleasure coaching these guys. I'd like to thank them. It really was a great season. We showed tremendous improvement, especially, like I said, from last year. I hope the 7th graders take that jump that these 8th graders did. And I hope 8th graders going into high school next year, I know Mr. Jones is pretty excited about a lot of you. So the future is definitely bright for Osage City Track and Field. So congrats on a good season. All right, now we have girls track. There's Bob. Okay, girls track this year. Just throw out a couple things here, kind of as with some of the team stuff to start with. Again, you know, our Osage family is awesome. We keep talking about our administration and all the help and all the other coaches and all the other sports. That needs to be reiterated again because that's what makes all of you guys awesome, right? It's just the family we have, the tribe that we have that pours into you guys from every angle, from youth sports and youth clubs and all that stuff you do all the way up through junior high and on into your high school. So super appreciative.
them. A couple things about this group. Our 7th grade group won 2 meets this year. It's pretty tough to win a meet. You heard Mr. Bellinger talk about multiple teams at a track meet. Junior high track meet, you'll probably have anywhere from 7 up to maybe 12 or 13 teams at the same exact competition, so you're competing against that many people. At a high school track meet, there may be upwards of 15 to 18 at some of their meets, with 2 or 3 kids from each team entered in every event. So you're typically competing against maybe 20 kids, sometimes even more than that, to win or place or get points. Typically at meets, the top 3 places would medal, and then anywhere from the top 6 or 8 places would get points, and then your points all get added together. Okay, so each event and each girl that scores points, all those points get added together, and you have a 7th grade total. And then they compare it to all the other teams that were there that day, and that's how they figure out the meet champion. So our 7th grade girls won 2 meets this year. They had a 2nd place, they had a 3rd place, and then they had a 4th place at league track. Our 8th grade girls, last year, this group of 7th graders won every meet except the Muncie, and we'll talk about that here in a second. And they were league champs last year with 170, what did you tell me, somebody checked the bus, 175 last year, okay? This year they won every meet, including Wabunsee, and that's kind of a big deal. To be honest, that meet is even way better than our league meet. We get a lot of bigger schools, mid-league schools. It's a much faster meet in regards to how fast the kids are. And they went up there this year and won that by probably 30-some points. We had a couple mishaps at a couple events when we started, before the starter started the gun, and we threw the discus out of bounds a couple times, or they would have won that by 50. And the cool part of that is, 2 people that usually win events at that meet that didn't, that I just mentioned, and we still won it by 30 points. I think that just says a lot about the team and this group of girls. A couple other things here real quick before I get into each girl that was on the team, and then before we get into the individual records. Here's some pretty cool stats for those of you that are stat rats. The coaches will appreciate this. If you look at our school record board, once it gets redone and gets put up, and this is going to kind of sum up what all the coaches have said about these girls the past 2 years, okay? And this is very debatable, I know, okay? But I think this is probably, again, debatable, our greatest girl group in the history of our school, okay? And I've got Coach Spicer sitting in here who's going to want to debate me on that, and her group was awesome. We could go back to, I mean, we all know the history of our school, but it's debatable that this group could be. Now, here's what solidifies that the next 4 years, in my opinion. And some of those groups, Coach Spicer's group, and some of them went on and did some pretty amazing things. So that's what helps solidify it. But at the junior high level, here's some things to throw at you. If you go and look at that school record board again, once we get them up, there are 17 records for 7th grade girls. There are 17 records for 8th grade girls. Okay? Next year, okay, in our high school, so that's this 8th grade group starting next year up through next year's seniors, 14 of the 17 records on that board will be in school at Osage City. Okay? So that means in the past 3 or 4 years, 14 of those 17. If you add in 7th grade records, okay, you add in another 10 more. All right? So I'm not real good with numbers, but 14 and 10 is 24 of the records on that board. These ladies, or the ladies a couple years ahead of you, have set those the past few years. And those records go back, I mean, this year we have records from 1982 and 1984 getting broke, and 1988. I mean, they go back through all of these great groups. So that's a pretty cool deal. So 24 of the 34 records, once those boards are redone, will be set with girls that are currently in junior high or high school. So give that a round of applause. All right, let's go through the girls that participated this year, and then after that, we'll do the individual school records. So we'll start with 7th grade. 7th grade, go ahead and move up a little bit. Take a little here. Put on a little grab the 7th grade ones. Brooklyn Harris. Riley Venters. Riley, you're running the 400 next year at every meet, just so you know. Tinley Gardner. Tinley, do you want to do that too? You're good. Kaylee Erickson. Kendall Boss. Kristen Van Cleve. Gracie Heptonstall. Kaylin Geller. Carrie Moore. Cambry Sage. Eliana Lowry. Elizabeth Beatty. Elena Werdeman. That's our 7th grade group. Give me a hand. Jayla Jenkins. Tabor Gantine. Haley Peak. Izzy Lida. Katie Bossy. Jordan back. So Jordan's still getting her hair done. Jordan Lichtide. Amelia Stark. Brinley Harmon. JC Tyson. Kaylee Teal. Harmony Linton. Olivia Everhart. Alyssa Wagner. Sawyer Cerna. Briley Vandermoor. And Reese Wilcoxon. Give your 8th graders a hand. All right, 8th graders, you can step back and stay up here, and we'll go through our school records. I'll start with the boys. I'll start with 7th grade boys here. Let's talk about Colin Carlson a little bit. Okay, I'm going to give you guys some numbers. And I am a stat rat. I'm also a big throw guy, that's no secret. Colin broke all 3 of our throws records. Okay? And we have had some absolute studs go through here on the boys' side as throwers. Okay? I mean, state champion after state champion, collegiate level throwers. Really, I mean, we've kind of got a name for ourselves here in 3A as being one of the top throw schools in the state of Kansas. People talk about it all the time. People post about it all the time. People reach out to me a lot about some of the stuff that we do with the throwers. And I say all this because I want you to understand where he's at. And him and I have talked about this a lot, so everything I'm going to say about him today is not going to get him too high on himself too early, correct? But I think he deserves to hear this, okay? Colin broke the turbo jab record that Will set, and I'm going to talk here in a minute about the record that Will broke this year of Casey Parsons, who threw 203 this year in our high school jab, which is like one of the top 5 throws in the country. It's farther than Landon, who won 2 state championships. So if you see the trickle back to this, how good is a throw of 126 feet 2 inches in 7th grade? It's pretty awesome, okay? So Colin's got the turbo jab record. Just hold on, sorry, I'll pile for you, right? All right? The next one we're gonna talk about the discus record, okay? Again, some elite throwers that have went through here. Some names all the way back to the 80s, okay? One of them was Luke Siddell, who threw 188 feet in high school. I mean, that's an insane throw that you can go throw collegiately wherever you want. And it wasn't Luke's record that Colin broke. It was actually Neil Dayhoff's from 1987. And Colin threw 124 feet, 6 inches from the discus to break that record. Hold on, we'll talk about the other one in a while. Okay? And then this one may be the craziest one of all, to be honest. He threw 42 feet, 6 at league track, okay? And broke our shot put record. If you know anything about sports and throwing at all, it broke the shot put record by over 3 feet. All right, that is monumental. I mean, that is insane. I mean, it's like, to me, that's like somebody in a basketball game scoring probably 50 points or 60 points in a game to break a shot put record by 3 feet. Records that go back through again, elite throwers, state level throwers. Okay, some of those same names I mentioned. That record went back to 1982 with Scott Aswell that had thrown a little over 39 feet. So to go throw over 42 and to break all 3 of those is a big deal. As I mentioned, him and I talked a lot about this and where he could go with this, and it has to just drive him. But I think we all just need to give him a round of applause for this. Okay, Will broke our turbo jab record this year, and I kind of already mentioned this. Now I know we haven't had turbo jab for as many years, but you can kind of look comparatively. You know, again, Kaysen is an absolute elite national level javelin thrower to be top 5. And I can't tell you where Will's jab carries on into high school. I have a pretty good idea just because of the time he puts in and the work he does with that. But if you think about the fact of where Kaysen's at, being number 1 in the state of Kansas, being number 5 in the country, and the fact that he threw 124.6 in 8th grade, and that Will threw 126 feet this year, I think it gives us an idea of where he can go if he chooses to continue to put that time and effort in. So Will Brown, turbo jab record. All right, let's go to the girls' record. You guys can stay up here. All right, let's start with Jayla at long jump. Okay. Jayla broke the record that Jada set last year. Jada broke our 8th grade record last year and jumped 15.5. Okay. And that was a really good jump for Jada. And the fact that was our school record clear back is pretty awesome. 15.5. Good jump, right? Well, Jayla went 17 feet, 8.5 inches this year. Again, can you guys do the math? That's over 2 feet. Okay, that's a high school level jump. That's a jump that in 3A would be very competitive. At our league meet would be very competitive at regionals, and could probably even be competitive at state. So pretty impressive, Jayla. 17 feet, 8.5 inches. Long jump. Jayla, 2 claps. Let me shift through here because I didn't put these in order where I got Jayla again here. All right, let's go to the 200. Okay, Jayla sprints for us. She runs the 100, 200, 400 kind of on the relay. And Jayla had some competition this year, right? Lynn's got a really good sprinter that Jayla went back and forth with. Jayla was motivated at league track, am I correct? Okay. Jayla was motivated at Wamuncie when we go run against some of the elite runners of the Middies to prove a point. I think Will was motivated at Wamuncie, am I correct? Okay. Jayla ran 27.84 in the 200. She broke a 1984 record of Vicki Lynn Looms, who had run 28.04. Jayla, 200 meter. All right, Sawyer Cerna. This was Sawyer's first year for track, okay? And I think if I'm right, she had an interest in running the hurdles. It wasn't even really us. Did you kind of just want to run that from the beginning? You guys stood up trying to see it. Oh, Petrie got a carrier on that? Well, he did a good job on that, right? Sawyer came out, runs the 100-meter hurdles for us. Matter of fact, and I don't say this to embarrass her, I say this just because of how tough she is and she knows. I told her how often I believe that toughness matters. She fell down in a race this year because she hit a hurdle and got up and still medaled. So that gives you an idea of how fast she is. She broke the 2019 record that Caden Gampine had. We used to run the 75-meter hurdles here. So our 100-meter hurdle record doesn't go back too far. That record was 2019 of 18:59, and Sawyer ran 17:51. Sawyer Sherman. All right, this next kid's crazy. Start scooting up. And I don't want to take anything away from anybody here. You girls know how I feel about you guys in the effort. But this kid is an absolute practice beast. In all seriousness, I don't think she coaches. Has she had one day that you've ever seen where she wasn't just flat getting after her practice? I mean, her practice habits are awesome. At track, I can't vouch for all the rest. The track for sure, and it proves in what she does on the track. She's motivated. She's looking for those times. She's looking to beat those people. And she added the 800 this year, which in junior high is really tough. 800 how many laps? 2, 400 one lap, and she doesn't get a lot of break time between that. Remember before the season, your mom and I talked, we're like, hey, we're gonna try it, and we're gonna see if we can do it. Well, guess what she did every meet? She did that, okay? At league track, in a win that I think I mentioned to a coach that I wasn't sure who I said, and I was like, I don't know this win, if she can break that record today. She not only broke the 2019 record that Layla Holden had of 104.36, she ran a 102.88, and she almost broke it by 2 seconds. I think, I might be wrong, I think on a little clear day, not as windy, I think she would have been sub 60 the other day. But anyway, this record will be super tough to beat. 400 record for start. And center here. Remember that 800 I told you she said she wanted to run? So that's 2 laps. Okay? That record was from Bell, can you help me out? Redhead, Bell, Dad worked in the lower yard. Can you help me out? Who? Yes. Bella Melgren. She broke Bella Melgren's 800 record that was 2:36, and she ran 2:34.86. And then you start. Last one, we're done. Okay, the 4x4 step up. Sawyer, Bryn, Jayla, Amelia. This group has just been absolutely dominant. Okay, I mentioned this last year. Kate was part of this group last year. This 4x4 7th grade and 8th grade record, multiple people I've heard them say over the time would never be broke. And this group not only broke them, they broke them by like 15 seconds. Okay, last year. This one they broke by 10 seconds. The 4x4 is 4 girls, each running a lap. The record was from 2016. Claire Crawford, who did track in college, Maya McHugh, who did track in college, and then Joy Steele and Candace Bosborn, they ran 4:36. And this group of Sawyer, Bryn, Jayla, and Amelia ran 4:26.88 to break it by over 10 seconds. Give them a hand. We've got Coach Arnold.
Can I get all the FBLA members up here, please? Just waiting on the boys. Okay, up here on the stage are the members of this year's OCMS FBLA chapter. FBLA stands for Future Business Leaders of America, and essentially it's an organization where students have the opportunity to compete in events that are business related somehow. This could be a pretty big variety of events. Some events are more technology focused. Some are specific to particular components of business like communication or finance or career-based topics. So members like these choose events that align with their interests and what they're good at, and then they get to compete at a district competition in January, and that is held at Washburn University. And then if they qualify, they get to go to state FBLA, which is held at Stormont Vale Event Center, which is also in Topeka. Our chapter is limited to just 8th graders here in Osage, so there were 11 8th graders this year who signed up to be members, and each member got to choose and compete in their own events. At our district competition, which was the first one, there were 14 different events that were offered, and again, they got to pick what they wanted to do, okay? Our chapter took first, second, and or third in 12 of the 14 events, which is awesome. And then every single competitor that's standing up here qualified for state. And I'm pretty sure that I can say we're the only middle school chapter in the state of Kansas who did this. At state, there were 19 events total, and these kiddos were top 5 in 10 of the 19 events, which is just awesome, okay? Since each of these students did so well, I'm going to go through and list each of their event placings. So I'll say their name, if you guys can clap, and then I will read off what their event placings are. We're going to start with Brady Bellinger. At districts, he took second in economics, second in financial literacy, and he was part of a critical thinking team. It was Brady, Chase, and Ty, and they were district champions. So when he moved on to state, that same critical thinking team took second place at state, and that earned them a spot at nationals in Anaheim, California this summer. Okay, Hayden Bossy. At district, she took first place in parliamentary procedures, 5th place in learning strategies, and then at state, she was the state champion in parliamentary procedures, which also granted her a position at nationals in Anaheim, California. Taylor Gantenbein. At district, she took third in FBLA concepts, and she was the state champ, career research project, qualifying her for nationals as well. Brinley Harmon. At district, she took 7th in business etiquette, 2nd in exploring leadership, 6th in learning strategies, and she was part of a critical thinking team. It was Brinley, Amelia, and Jayla, and they took 3rd place at districts. At state, she took 5th in learning strategies, and she was the state champion in both business etiquette and exploring leadership, which earned her a spot at nationals. In addition to that, she received the 2025 FBLA State Leadership Conference Medal. She scored the highest score in any event of any middle schooler that was there. So congrats on that. Jayla Jenkins. At district, she took 5th in business etiquette, 5th in exploring leadership, 7th in learning strategies, and 3rd as the critical thinking team. And then at state, she took 6th in career research project and 7th in business etiquette. Jordan Lekai. Jordan, are you done with your hair yet? No? Still not yet? Okay. All right, she took at district 3rd in learning strategies, 2nd in public speaking, and 9th in business etiquette. And then when she went to state, she took 5th in public speaking. Tyra Meyer. District, she took 3rd in exploring technology, 6th in financial literacy, and he was part of that first place critical thinking team. And then at state, all 3 of his events, he qualified for nationals, and he took 3rd in exploring technology, 2nd in financial literacy, and he was part of that 2nd place critical thinking team. Sawyer Cerna. In district, she took 2nd in interpersonal
All right, this year, Quiz Bowl. We can have 2 teams of 6 kids each who compete in Quiz Bowl. And I almost had 5 who came out, so we didn't have a B team at all this year. So if Quiz Bowl is something you are interested in, there is plenty of space for you to participate next year. So 7th graders, 6th graders, if you like to do trivia and compete against the other schools, this would be a great opportunity for you. We did not always compete with a full team, because since there were 5 of them, if anyone was gone, these guys had to go up against other teams that were full and complete. So while we didn't break into any of the top 3 places in any of our meets this year, these guys competed really hard. They always gave their best effort, always enjoyed it, they always had a good time. Ate some good food afterwards. So this year's members were Jenny Bergeron, Leland Shepard, Lena Stuckey, Paul Hull, and Abigail Lowry. That's his first quiz bowl. Next up is Mr. Gonzalez and Student Council.
All right, Student Council, come on up, please. All right, first I'd like to just recognize the members of the OCMS Student Council. We'll start with our class reps. For 6th grade, we'll give 2 class after I say the name. For 6th grade, we have Gabby Lohmeyer, Chris Morris, and Madison Allen. 7th grade, Braxton Cruiser, Paul Beauclair, and Jason Keith. 8th graders were Hayden Lieber, Jason Tyson, and Lily Harmon. And then our officers were reporters Taylor Lichtach, Lydia Everhart, and Katie Bossi. Our secretary was Jordan Lichtach, Vice President Jennifer Jenkins, and President Sawyer Stern. All right, let me give you just a quick rundown of what the Student Council accomplished and kind of helped with this year. So this group in front of you helped plan dances. They helped out with the ECAP fundraiser. They planned the incentives that followed or went along with that ECAP fundraiser. Came up with ideas on how to help out local families during Christmas time. Helped plan Spirit Week themes, Red Ribbon Week, and helped plan the Huffman Park Fun that we are about to have tomorrow. So hopefully you're excited about that. Would you please give these guys one more round of applause? All right, our next club is the Osage City Indians Club. Now, we have a lot of members, hold on just a second, we have a lot of members that show up to the meetings, all right? But not everybody always gets out there and does volunteer work, so listen carefully. If you volunteered or helped out with concession stands, football or volleyball, get on up here, please. So concession stand workers, come on up. If you help plan or decorate at dances, if you help clean up after dances, come on up here. If you help with paper pickup and recycling, come on up here. We apologize for that. Or if you volunteered outside of school for anything, churches, babysitting, that sort of thing, that's volunteer work. That's what we're all about. And also, if you help pick up after ball games, I know there's a pile of kids that help pick up after basketball games, football games, get on up here, please. Okay, now listen, we're not going to recognize each one individually, but I just want to say a couple of things about this group, and I think it goes right along with just what this group has done, not only on the field and
outstanding group of individuals. I mean, they get out, they work hard in the classroom, they get out, they volunteer in the community. We're just about ready tomorrow to get out in the community for a community kindness where each and every one of you will be out and about helping out in some way or another, whether it's cleaning up 4-H buildings or helping down at the senior center and spending some time down there, helping picking up trash out towards the golf course, and lots of things, helping out at the rec building. Listen, our community does a ton for all of us, right? And tomorrow is just about giving back to them. And that's what the Osage City Indians Club is all about. It's about volunteer work. So, listen, everybody up here on the stage, now we're going to get there's some more of you out there that have done something and maybe you just don't realize it. But volunteer work is really what helps small towns do what we do. All right? We rely on a lot of help from a lot of different areas. And you guys are not only setting the standard in the classroom and on the playing facility, but also just getting out and helping and doing volunteer work. People notice that, right? It sometimes seems like maybe it goes unnoticed, but I promise you, people see it, they acknowledge it. People tomorrow will be commenting about, what are all these kids doing out here? And we'll field some questions and tell them, and they just love it. All right? So please don't underestimate the value of what you guys do with your volunteer work. Please give these guys a big round of applause. And next up is honor roll.
Before we get started, I just want to thank you guys because this has kind of been a long thing, and the last couple of years, this has probably been one of the best behaved groups of paying attention and being focused during this in the last couple of years. So I do appreciate you guys doing that and letting us recognize all these great accomplishments. Every year, it seems like I move back the starting time of this another 15 minutes because we do have so many great things going on. This year, I think we finally got it settled about the right part, so I don't have to rush through this. And this is what I feel. We have all these great sports and activities, but this is what we're here for, school, get on our roll and get your guys' education. So this is the most important thing to me. But I did not figure out the percentages yet because these are not finalized. Kind of trying to meet our goal from before. But so probably on that last day when most of the grades are in, we'll get through and we'll make an announcement, kind of letting you guys know if we beat our goal from last year. So again, these are just preliminary, so you can still go up, you can still go down. So make sure we finish these last few days. If you have time to get those done. I do want to recognize everyone before the end of the year. So we're going to start with 8th grade superintendent's honor roll. So once I call your name, come on up and give them 2 claps. Grady Ballinger, Jackson Boyer, Kate Bossi, Will Brown, Colby Combs, Tabor Gampine, Brinley Harmon, Jayla Jenkins, George Liptide, Hayden Lieber, Abigail Lowry, Isabel Ida, Haley Peak, Ty Romine, Audrey Shen, Jay Silver, Amelia Stark, Nina Stuckey, Bailey Teal, J.C. Tyson, Riley Vanderboard. All right, that's your 8th grade superintendent's honor roll. Give them a big round of applause. All right, next we have our 7th grade superintendent's honor roll. Genevieve Bergeron, Kendall Boss, Lee Crutchlow, Kaylee Erickson, Finley Gardner, Caleb Geller, Brooklyn Harris, Casey Keith, Braxton Cooser, Elena Lowry, Lane Martin, Elizabeth Fahey, Riley Ventures, Elena Worthman. That is your 7th grade superintendent's honor roll. Give them a round of applause. All right, 6th grade superintendent's honor roll. We have Jenna Brenner, William Jones, Ken Liang, and Gabby Lohmeyer. Give them a big round of applause. Eighth grade, principal's honor roll. Ethan Brady, Maddox Dane, Jacob Duvall, Kylie Drake, Olivia Everard, Carter Gibbons, Mackenzie Hayes, Harmony Linton, Angel Riley, Emery Ryan, Sawyer Cerna, Grayson Smith, Melissa Wagner, Reese Wilcoxon, Lily Zachary. Give them a big round of applause. Seventh grade, principal's honor roll. We have Paul McClare, Leighton Buckman, Tracy Heppenstall, Rebecca Holler, Keith Kraus, Colleen Carlson, Avery Rook, Belle Segahagen, Briar Topsy, Michael Stark, Devin Teal, and Christopher Lee. Give them a big round of applause. grade, principal's honor roll. Madison Allen, Caden Barrett, Dylan Bean, Alan McQuarrie, Dayton Brown, Sheriff Funk, Allison Graybill, Cody Kraus, Taylor Lichtide, Alan Miller, Tamara Nichols, Neil Flossie, Lauren Reeman, Avery Talkington, Paige Seeland, Alea Tyrell, and Stephanie McCall. Give them a big round of applause. Last honor roll, the Indians honor roll for 8th graders. We have Chance Johnson, Tegan Sabley, Lincoln Sims, Grady Tinter, Jake Walker, Noah Wood. Give them a big round of applause. All right, 7th grade. C.C. Barnard, Jason Christensen, Garrett Dorsey, Jillian Fainer, Carson Hart, Zayden Joplin, Hannah Landreth, Cambry Sage, Mason Seacrest, Leland Shepard, Paul Boyd, and Memphis Williams. Give them a big round of applause. Sixth grade Indians honor roll. Isaiah Allen Estes, Derek Dean, Kanan Dugan, Nicholas Eubanks, Aiden Nunez, Jackson Scott, Gunnar Sharp, Jason Snyder, Zayden Staley, Rowan Weaver, Lonnie Williams, and Zoe Williams. All right, give them a big round of applause. Okay, a couple more things before we wrap up today. All right, again, I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you paying attention. I appreciate you listening to all our coaches and sponsors. I want to thank them again for all that they do for you guys. Give them a big round of applause. Okay, Mr. Gonzalez mentioned again, tomorrow is our Community Kindness Day, followed by our incentives. So just a couple things. I've had a lot of questions about this, so let's go ahead and talk about it now while we have everyone. Okay, so remember to dress So kind of take that into consideration when you're dressing for tomorrow. You'll be out working in the community, okay? We will not be taking our cell phones with us to the Kindness Day or to the Incentive Day, so leave those in your locker, all right? They'll be fine without you, okay? Remember, this is the day to give back to our community, like Mr. Gonzalez said, and then also to kind of enjoy a good school year. All right, so after we'll come back for lunch, eat lunch here, and then we'll walk down to Huffman Park for our activities. All right, during that time, I'll be taking you guys for your Sonic drink. I'll pick you up on the bus and take you there and bring you back, so you have those while you're down there. Mr. Gonzalez will also have some snacks down there and some water in case you need it. Hey, you've done a good job. We'll keep it together just a little bit longer. All right? And then when we're done down there, we'll walk back. And then if you're eligible to come to the dance, you can come to dance later that night. Okay, so a busy day. Okay, we do have a couple more days next week. 8th graders will be practicing for promotion on Monday. 7th and 6th graders, you got 2 more full days and a half day. All right, so we need to make sure we're doing what we need to do to get through the last couple days. All right, let's end the year again on a good note like we've had all year. Okay, at this time, okay, if you are out for cross country or you're interested in going out for cross country next year, please stay here in the auditorium. All right. Also, if you're an 8th grader and you have a PE lock, Mrs. Cerna's going to meet you down by the locker rooms to get those locks from you. Okay. Get those checked in. Student council will also stay just for a minute here to talk to Mr. Gonzalez. Okay? Any questions? Okay. 6th grade. You can go ahead and go back to class.